check out our new for club and country merchandise and all the impressive Hummel gear today. Please join us back here at Protective Stadium on Wednesday, June the 3rd, the singles night, as Legion FC takes on Louisville City FC at 7 p.m. Come early for speed dating and mingling on the South Terrace. Get your tickets at birminghamlegion.com/tickets, or please visit the sales table by the merchandise link today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to invite you to join us and our partners as a Vulcan Materials Company for a round of applause for any active or former military members or first responders in attendance tonight. If you have served or are currently serving, will you please stand?
It's a special day in Birmingham, Alabama, as the most iconic and coveted trophy in sports makes its way to the Magic City in the lead up to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Also in town tonight, Birmingham Legion FC looking to kick off May with back-to-back wins tonight, taking on Miami FC. A rare Thursday night edition of USL Soccer starts right now. You are looking live at the Magic City, downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome into our coverage of USL Championship Soccer on a rare Thursday night as Birmingham Legion FC gets set to host Miami FC. Joined here underneath Protective Stadium by Morgan Copes, I'm Blake Gardner, and a very special guest, the most iconic trophy in the world of football, in the world of sports, really. The original FIFA World Cup trophy, kind enough to join us here for our open.
Listen, I got to take a step back because nobody wants to look at you or me right now. A lot of people wish they were us. This is the most iconic trophy in the entire sporting world. You cannot even touch it if you have not won it. It is incredibly important. It is incredibly heavy. It is incredibly valuable. It is one of the best sporting experiences in the entire world.
FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour brought to you by our friends at Coca-Cola here in the run-up to the 2026 World Cup. And, of course, with both these two teams, some FIFA World Cup 2026 debutants upcoming and also some people that helped their team qualify.
Yes, so for Legion FC, Captain Fanuel Kavita had the opportunity to play in World Cup qualifiers for Rwanda. You have Ramiz Hamuda, who has played for the U.S. national team on the youth level, who will aspire to be playing for this trophy very soon in his career. And on the other side, with Miami, you've got Eroy Room, the goalkeeper, and you've got Locadia, who are both representing their country, who have qualified for the tournament this summer and actually get the opportunity to play for this trophy.
Absolutely special as the World Cup continues its time here in the United States in the run-up to the World Cup. Do you have a pick for the World Cup? Well, I guess no words needed, huh? FIFA World Cup coming your way here this summer. Birmingham Legion, Miami FC coming here in just a little bit. When we return to Protective Stadium, we'll get a look at each side starting 11s, plus the opening 45 minutes between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC right after this.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama, closing in on kickoff between Birmingham Legion FC and Miami FC. Before that, let's get a look at each side's starting 11s. And Morgan, let's start first. Augusta Madani and Miami FC, who have made just one change from last weekend.
That's right. Veg comes in on the left side, but we talked about Room, we talked about Logadia. Look for Romero and Diaz to have a big impact in today's game as well.
That right flank awfully dangerous has been over the last week and a half for this Miami FC side, looking for their 4th win this year. Meanwhile, for Jay Heaps and Birmingham Legion, just a couple of changes for them as well.
Yeah, Captain Fanuel Kavita takes a little bit of a break. He's played a lot of minutes already this year, done a lot of traveling. So Hughes will slide in for him, and Tyler Pasher also comes in for Peter Lee Bassel to give themselves a little bit of a boost going forward.
Good to see Tyler Pasher, the Canadian, back in the mix after missing the Rhode Island contest, his first match that he's missed all year last weekend. Benjamin Meyer leads our officiating crew here this evening. The Tennessee native gets his 2nd USL Championship assignment of the year. 5 matches now across all competitions. In fact, he saw both these teams last year in the USL Cup. There's Gaston Madani, the 2nd-year manager of Miami FC, the Argentine trying to get Miami back to the playoffs for the first time since 2022. On the other touchline, Jay Heaps, the 49-year-old in his first season as manager of this Birmingham Legion project, but the club CEO and president, the only president and executive that this Birmingham Legion FC side has ever known. 2 guys shaking hands down below just a few moments ago. A lot of respect between these 2 touchlines who have seen each other a good bit over the last few seasons. We are just about ready for USL Championship soccer tonight on a gorgeous night here in Birmingham. Early May and 66 degrees, a little bit of breeze getting all the way down into the 50s later on tonight. Can't really ask for much better weather than that. Birmingham rock their Stars Fell kits tonight. The blue and white primarily. Captain's armband belonging to Dawson McCartney, the 27-year-old, now in his 3rd campaign here in Birmingham, wearing the armband for the first time out the gates. As Morgan said, with no Fanuel Kavita in the 11 tonight for the Legion. Miami FC in their iconic blue outlined in orange here on the road, and we are just about ready to rock. Benjamin Meyer sets his watch on a perfect night for soccer here in the Magic City. It's Miami FC and Birmingham Legion FC, and we are off and running. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes, glad to have you with us, whether you're watching locally on my TV, my 68, across the country on ESPN Plus, or listening to us on SiriusXM FC tonight. The only soccer match in the United States tonight across any level of the U.S. soccer pyramid. Just the 2nd game of this USL Championship week after New Mexico United got things started at the Lab last night. Rare Wednesday night contest out in New Mexico. It was an entertaining one at that. We'll see what this one has in store. As the points were shared between New Mexico and El Paso in a 2-2 draw. El Paso able to rescue a point late, about 4 minutes before the 90th. Diarbian's first touch, not as definitive as he would have liked, cleared away by Dalton Knutson. Knutson and Calfo once again anchor the back line here for Miami. This is a back line that's going to shift a good bit. Gaston Madani telling us the run up to this contest. He's shown a back 3, a back 5, also kind of worked as more of a back 4, and sometimes it transitions between the 2 depending on whether Miami are playing with the ball at their feet or whether they are defending as they are now. Sam McElhatton on the turn for the Legion. Looking in behind him here, Daly made the run forward. That pass didn't quite get all the way there. Now Miami trying to break out of the pressure. That goes out of play. Last touched by the Legion. It will be a throw for the visitors. Alessandro Malesi, Peruvian left wing back. Malesi, Calfo, Knutson, Njai. Back 4 tonight for Miami. A back 4 that has had its ups and downs so far this year. This Miami team that's been very dangerous going forward, especially over the last couple of weeks. They've surrendered some goals as well. Legion can relate. As a whistle and a foul goes against Sebastian Tregarthen. Free kick for Miami. Yeah,
Miami have started to put together going forward. Their last few games that they've had, they've gotten 3 wins, but a couple have been in other competitions other than USL Championship, so the competition hasn't been the same, but they're still scoring the goals. And scoring goals is hard to do. And it doesn't matter what level you're in. It's hard to score goals. But they can't keep people out. They've actually conceded 7 goals already in the first half. The only 2 teams that have conceded more are Las Vegas and Jacksonville, and they've both conceded 8 in the first half so far this year. So Miami's certainly a team that you can get at early on. I would expect Legion FC to come out and put the pedal to the metal and try and go and get an early goal.
It's an early goal that got things started for Birmingham last weekend. Their big 3-1 win at Rhode Island, taking down an old friend, Cano Smith.
First time that Legion FC have beaten Cano Smith so far.
Decisive road victory at that. Birmingham comes into the night trying to build. There's Mason Tunbridge dribbling at the defense. Doesn't have a ton in the way of support down here. Now has Bashir Njai joining him. Garbian tracking back defensively, able to take it off the Miami man and win the free kick. Michael Hatton to leave that. Birmingham's other defensive myth said Antoya, now the teenage wonder kid. Ramiz Hamoda, who Morgan touched on in the open. Run forward from Trey Garth, and flag does come up. Crowd not thrilled with that decision. We'll see. Trey Garthen trying to bend that run as long as he could. It looked like at first glance he timed it fairly well.
And from up here in the press box, it looked like we had a pretty good view of it. I thought he had done a good enough job and stayed onside. The assistant referee didn't believe so, but you can see that there's that opportunity, and Trey Garthen has plenty of pace. Damas has plenty of pace. Diarbian has plenty of pace to slide in behind that back line for Miami. So if they get too flat, they've got to be really careful, and they could give up a golden opportunity.
Tyler Pasher back on the ball here, working with Sam McElhatton. Big night for Tyler Pasher, by the way. Officially his 200th career USL Championship appearance, as that ball lofted forward for Damas is dealt with. Pasher, the USL veteran, his 4th season here in Birmingham, trying to make something happen in the attacking third, connecting with Ronaldo Damas on the right flank. As Birmingham recycle things here. Pasher didn't make the trip to Rhode Island last weekend, but back in the starting 11 here tonight. He's been lively to start the year after an up-and-down 2025. Already 3 goals, another dozen chances created. Birmingham love to have him back in the center of the park with freedom to roam and freedom to create. He's back on the ball here and immediately checked Orion Torrey.
And part of his ability to have that much freedom has a lot to do with the partnership in behind him with Seth Antwi and Sam McElhatton, who have formed a really, really good dual pivot and defensive midfield compatriotism, I guess, and have been fantastic in connecting front to back, or back to front, for Legion FC so far this year.
McElhatton looking over the top for Trey Garthen again. Almost got there. Defining header from Calfo. Heads it back to his goalkeeper, Eloy Room. 37-year-old. Curacao international. Likely goalkeeper 1 for Curacao in this summer's World Cup. 7th start of the year for Room, who's looking for clean sheet number 4 on his campaign. Miami build out of the back. Looking for a way through this Legion block. Knudsen hooves it forward, only to Birmingham Legion head. That's Dawson McCartney. He's able to play it back to his midfielders. Birmingham on the build once more. McElhatton, though, gives it up. Lacadia on the move, and here comes Miami FC for the first time tonight. Lacadia, step over, gets around one man, but ran out of real estate.
This is where both teams are going to have to be very, very careful in how they attack the opponent, because if you lose the ball like you did in that situation, you can be hurt very badly by both of these teams. In the highlights in the last games that they both played in the USL Championship, Not a single goal that was scored had more than 4 passes.
Two teams that can get going in a hurry, and for Miami FC, they've proven to be a team that's been awfully deft on set pieces as well, as a free kick is going to bring play all the way back for Birmingham. 7.5 minutes gone by here at Protective Stadium. No score yet between Miami and Birmingham Legion, but Morgan, it gives us a chance to look at your keys to the match tonight. First things first for Miami FC, how do they get a result here on the road?
Look, for both teams, I really feel like they have to win the transition battle. We just touched on it. Miami had a little bit of an opportunity where McElhatton gave the ball away, and Locadia was able to get into the box, dribble at an opponent, at a defender. That can go either way. So both teams have to be very careful in how they take care of the ball, especially in their midfield and defensive thirds.
Fireworks last time these two teams met. Don't have to go too far back. October of last year, Miami made the trip to Birmingham. Took out the Legion 3-2. That despite playing down a man for almost 70 minutes. To their goalkeeper, Nico Campisi, was shown an early first half red card. Nevertheless, Miami down a man extended their lead 3-1. Allowed a goal, but nothing more. One of their 2 wins they have all time against Birmingham Legion in this series, and both of those Miami victories have come here in this building. Otherwise, across the 10 previous matchups, Birmingham has won 5 and drawn the other 3. Dawson McCartney surveys, McElhatton on the turn. Birmingham continue to throw numbers forward into the attacking third. Most of the match so far has been played in Birmingham's attacking half. Trey Garth couldn't find his way around Malesi. Damas trying to play target man. Couldn't quite corral that one off his chest. It falls kindly, though, for his teammate Antwi. Birmingham looking for an early breakthrough. Tyler Pasher with a bit of space to operate. Uses the wide option out the other side, McCartney. McCartney thought about a first-time serve, thought better of it. Arbian, Damas, Trey Garthen, all pretty aggressive, making runs off the ball, trying to get forward. Antwi shrugs off the contact, working with Pasher. It is a tight bit of real estate right now, in and around the 18, and a two-handed shove brings play back. Free kick for Birmingham. A bit of a delay there between the contact and the whistle. Miami's mentioned since they thought the lack of whistle meant they were off and running on a dangerous looking counter. Instead, it's a foul.
And you can see Locadia was taken off. He thought he was going to be in. And Gainbridge was literally about to slip him in until the referee decided he was going to blow the whistle.
Based on the replay we got, looks like it was the right call, just maybe a bit behind the action. So Birmingham back on the ball again, trying to knife their way through this Miami back line that has driven the line of confrontation a little bit lower here to start the night. McCartney looking down the line. Diarbian able to keep that in play and keep Njai on his back. Diarbian cuts it back. Damas, Pasher, Damas just wide.
That's really good work from Legion FC and the patience as we wait to see our replay here coming through. The fantastic part here is look at between Pasher and Damas, and he has the perfect opportunity. He just doesn't get it with the outside of his boot like he wanted to. Would have curled it right into that bottom corner of room, but it goes harmlessly wide for a goal kick.
So Miami survive an early scare from one of the league's most lethal goal scorers. Aldo Damas last time out against Rhode Island picked up another goal. That's his 50th USL Championship goal for the one-time former league MVP. Damas working his way back to full strength. Back in the starting 11 once again tonight. Nicholas Murray over USLChampionship.com noting Damas now 12th all-time in USL Championship history in terms of goals produced over a certain number of minutes. Damas now with with a goal for every 185 minutes of USL Championship play. It's only behind league legends such as Nico Brett, Haji Berry. There's one-time Legionnaire Chandler Hoffman in that mix as well.
Birmingham native.
Birmingham native as well. As Birmingham get play restarted with the throw, Knutson brings it under control. Njai. Senegalese right back, immediately put under pressure by Diarby, unable to maintain it for now. Njai will get forward from that right back spot. He's got goals in back-to-back games against both Naples and Brooklyn. This ball redirects out to him. And he'll opt to serve to the back post. Daly able to bring that down without much pressure.
Really good composure from Daly there. It's a high-risk, low-reward type of move.
Here Daly gets another starter right back here. His 5th start of the year. He thought it should be his throw. Instead, it's going to be Brandon Bent and Miami's throw. The teenager in the starting 11 for the first time here in 2026. And he's going to leave that throw for a teammate. Trey Gartha went to ground, couldn't quite win it back. Lacadia, edge of the area. Still Lacadia trying to navigate through all the traffic. Went down too easily, says the referee. Lacadia still down to the turf inside the 18. Early shouts for a penalty go ungranted. What have we here? Another look.
There's no VAR in the USL Championship. If there was, I think Daly might have found himself in a little bit of trouble, because you could certainly make the case there was contact on Lacadia.
There was not enough in the mind of our referee Ben Meyer, who is yet to award a PK in any of the matches he's refereed so far this year. Lacadia still down, getting work done on his right knee. Training staff out for Miami to check on him. Obviously a big concern for Miami.
Yeah, the country Curaçao as well.
Curaçao going to depend on guys like Jurgen Lacadia for big minutes. Expect this summer. So we'll see if he's able to continue on as he continues to receive medical attention. While we have a moment, fans, a reminder you can turn to CBS Sports Network May 16th for a Round 2 Brinks Tires USL Cup Group 6 matchup. As Richmond Kickers host Charleston Battery at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central on Saturday, May 16th. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network. Kadia, the 32-year-old, originally from the Netherlands. Curaçao international man, has been a key piece of that national team setup for quite some time now. He's been well traveled in his professional career too. Began his career in the PSV system and played for that senior team, then made the move to the Premiership and then the Championship with Brighton. More recently has been in China and in Spain before Miami FC brought him over. He has been awfully bright, especially over the last couple of weeks. 1 goal and a couple assists in 2 cup games, plus he scored last time out against Brooklyn. He has made his way off for now, testing out that right leg to see if he's going to be able to continue. It's going to be a Birmingham throw, and Miami is going to play down a man for the moment, but it does look like Lacadia is going to try to make his way back on shortly.
You're getting a close-up of him, you can just see how big of a man he is. And
Trey Garth, an excellent serve, dealt with at the back there by Njai. Otherwise, Diarby was waiting at the back post. Birmingham wasting no time getting forward. Diarby. Dawson McCartney. Now Miami has their defense a bit more set, although again, they're still playing down a man. Lacadia has not made his way back on. trouble here for Miami. McCartney behind the defense, cuts it back. His cross, a good one. Trey Garthen couldn't quite square it. Albion trying to beat defenders. Beat a couple, but couldn't beat a third. Now Miami trying to break out of this Birmingham pressure. They've been defending for a good amount of time now. Torrey.
Really, really good composure from Torrey on the ball there.
And here comes Miami. Even down a man, pushing numbers forward. Brandon Bent has just one option with him. Bent, his shot partially blocked and cleared away from trouble by Meckelhead. Now Lacadia is going to make his way back on, so Miami is back to full strength now. Darby at excellent pace, turns around one man, and Jai takes it out of his grasp. It is going to be a Birmingham throw right in front of their manager, Jay Heaps.
The Albion could have taken that touch right there just before, and he touched it long. He would have been in acres of space in behind Njai. Instead, Njai comes, makes a really physical challenge, wins the ball for Miami.
Moda, the teenager, carrying this one forward. Excellent serve, just a bit too tall for Damas. Trey Garthen brings it down, edge of the area. Trey Garthen leaves it. Pasher, shot blocked. Knudsen got his full body in front of that. Trey Garthen a serve. That's dealt with by Calfo. Not a bad effort from Daly. Calfo takes that one off the chest. Absolute missile from Amir Daly. Birmingham still asking questions to this Miami defense, who are having to put their bodies on the line right now. Calfo and Knudsen both going to show up with some bruises after taking those shots off the body. Moda plays to the feet of Damas. He finds Trey Garthen. His shot takes a deflection just wide and out for a Birmingham corner. Birmingham continuing to apply the pressure here. Shots whistling over the last few minutes. And a corner forthcoming is Sebastian Trey Garthen, the second-year pro and Uruguayan, is over by that corner flag. One of the best goal scorers Birmingham have had over the last month. His serve cleared away, but only as far as Pasher. Antwi. Back out wide. Trey Garthen still has targets awaiting to the back post. A great ball flicked across. It falls for the Albion, but wave everything off. A foul is going to be called as Hamoda went through the back of Alessi to get to that header.
Yeah, great service in here from Trey Garthen. And yes, Hamoda does go over Malesi there, but hey, look, sometimes you've got to try and do that. You got to put the referee to the decision. Hamoda's just trying to do everything he can to get that ball on target in the back of the net. Malesi's doing everything he can to keep it out. So no harm, maybe a little bit of foul.
Just a little one. Here's Hamoda, who makes his 7th start of the year, just a couple of weeks shy of his 18th birthday. Pairing tonight with Keegan Hughes, the man on loan for New England Revolution. So far, Hughes and Hamoda haven't had a ton to do defensively. Hamoda plays that out first time to Dawson McCartney. Birmingham building from the back. Approaching the midway point here of our opening 45. 22nd minute. Scoreless so far between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes here with you on a clear, crisp night at Protective Stadium, home to Birmingham Legion FC. Lovely turn there from Tunbridge. Couldn't escape Sam McElhatton, who got that tackle clean. McCartney thought he was fouled in front of his own bench. Referee not by. And Jai recovers from Miami, and the visitors will enjoy a little bit of possession here. Reminder, Birmingham fans, you can stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news by following @BHM Legion on X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and downloading the Legion FC app in Google Play and the App Store. It's the Legion FC app and @BHM Legion, your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Good work by Birmingham goalkeeper Khalilid come off his line and collect. Birmingham nearly able to get back the other direction in a hurry. The Army couldn't quite bring down that header in front of Bashir Njai. Morgan, as you said, both these teams, doesn't take a whole lot of passing to get front to back. Birmingham has not been shy about getting numbers forward and trying to loft it in behind this Miami back line.
Yeah, certainly. Jay Heaps and his first assistant, Eric Avila, certainly have seen something in their prep to say, hey, let's try and go right over Knutson, go right over Calfo. They've been real successful, or had some success getting at Njai with Yarbian and McCartney down their left side. It's been an interesting one so far.
So far, as likely expected, Birmingham Legion have had a bulk of the ball. They've had the bulk of the chances as well. Miami FC without a shot so far, past the midway point of our opening 45 minutes. For a team whose attack has been very dangerous coming in. Chance to get forward here. Tunbridge's pass just a bit too heavy. Laylet and Birmingham Legion deal with that. As Morgan said earlier, 3 wins in a row coming in for Miami. 2 of those coming in USL Cup. Brought to you by Brinks Tires against Naples and Sporting Jacks. But that league win was a 3-2 victory against Brooklyn FC. And all of a sudden, the goals started to come from Miami's side, who's generated chances by XG. By XG, they've generated over 14 and a half worth of that, but just 9 goals scored as a team this year in the league. Conversely, they've allowed 16.4 worth of XG, and they've only conceded 12, so maybe a bit unfortunate on one end, but a bit fortunate on the other.
Yes, and well, when you've got room in between the sticks, look, he can be 37, he can be qualifying with one of the smallest nations ever to qualify, but he's qualified for the World Cup and helped his team get there. So you got a guy with that kind of talent that certainly will help lower the number of goals that actually go in versus the number that were expected.
Hamoda trying to ping that across the park, didn't quite get it to its intended target, but Pasher picks it up. Here comes Tyler Pasher trying to thread it through to Damas. Damas able to get there. Not allowed to turn by Calfo. Pasher back on it here, given a little bit of space. He'll tee it up, just couldn't keep it down. Did it deflect off somebody? It did, and out for a Birmingham corner.
Yeah, he gets it right on his left foot, which is right where he wants it, and it takes just the slightest deflection. Probably would have forced room into a save there, but it does take that deflection, puts it over. No harm, just a corner.
Second corner of the night coming for Birmingham, but the bigger concern right now is their teenage wonderkin, Hermes Hamoda. The center back is down, grasping on the back of his left leg, which is not what Birmingham wants to see. So the medical staff for Birmingham out on the turf for the first time tonight, taking a very close look at the teenager, who again turns 18 coming up later this month. Guy who has played a lot, not only for Birmingham Legion, but also, as Morgan said off the top of the show, for the U.S. Youth National Team setup. A very valuable assets for this club. Birmingham has captain defender Fanwa Kavita quickly trying to get warm behind his own net in case Hamoda can't continue, and it looks like that is indeed going to be the case. Hamoda's going to have to be subbed off here shy of the half-hour mark. So a tough break for the Legion, for the outstanding teenager whose night comes to a premature end.
We didn't get don't think we got a replay of it on
on broadcast or on camera, but I think the last thing that he did before he went down is he played that diagonal ball, which was not well hit. Usually he can hit that big 60, 70-yard diagonal ball across the field, and it comes up short. I think that's where the chance for Pasher in the corner came, but I don't think there was any contact with the injury, which is a lot of times you hate to see injuries, period, but the ones that scare you the most are the ones where there's no contact involved. There's nobody near you, and it just kind of happens. He's tried to walk off on his own and then had to go down again and get back up, but
so a tough break for him. Meanwhile, Kavita trying to get warm as quickly as he can. Again, the 33-year-old, one of the veterans, perhaps the veteran of this Birmingham Legion side. And he will check in here in just a moment. The Rwandan international, another guy we talked up at the top of the broadcast tonight. Kavita, 260 plus USL Championship appearances under his belt now, and can add now a handful of caps for the Rwandan national team. He's made 5 starts this year across all comps. This was originally going to be much of the night off for him, and he's pressed into duty now. Birmingham playing down a man for the moment. Will go ahead and take this corner and take it short. Sam McElhatton, a driven serve, didn't quite get all the way to the penalty spot. Antwi. Back to the feet of Amir Daly, who hooves it forward. And Jai's header, unconvincing. Arbian trying to bring it down, edge of the area. McCartney. McCartney looking for a little bit of help. That's out for a Birmingham throw. Kavita continues to try to get ready. Birmingham keeping things down here in the attacking third for as long as they can. Again, playing a center back short for the moment. McCartney, an off-foot serve that's dealt with. Gerald Diaz. Miami trying to counter quickly to no avail. Daly stops it for the moment, but now here comes Miami. Acres of space for Brandon Bent. Bent trying to get at this Birmingham back line. Legion racing forward to get numbers back behind the ball, and Ansui and Pasher almost cut it all out. It still redirects for Tunbridge. And now Trey Garthen gets the defining touch. Birmingham are free. Trey Garthen's got a little bit of space to work with here, unless he slows him up just a little bit. McCartney.
It was a really important intervention from Alessi there, because if Tregarthen slips past him, he's the kind of guy that can really get by you and burn you on the dribble.
Diarbian, another excellent bit of play from him. His cross just a bit off target. Tunbridge does well to hold it up for Miami. And a ball over the top. Bent is onside. Daly out to greet him. An overlap here from Lacadia. Lacadia able to track that down before it rolls out of play. Against Daly. His pass off targets. Damage dealt with by the Legion, who desperately need a stoppage of play now to get another center back into the mix. And Ronaldo Damas does the veteran thing. Wins the foul on the free kick. Calfo, a two-handed shove in his back, and now Birmingham will get a chance to make that sub and get back to full strength as Fanuel Kavita is officially announced.
So that'll make, looks like Keegan Hughes is going to slide over to the left center back where Hamoda was. Fanny, typically on the right side of that central defense, will play there again as he comes on to replace Hamoda. But it really unfortunate for the young teenager to have that injury just a few weeks before his 18th birthday.
So we'll see how quickly Kavita can get acclimated to this game. As Birmingham restart play. Fans, a reminder, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on Through the End, the nation's leading Spanish-language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. A little more than 13 minutes left in our opening 45 as Birmingham once again back on the ball here and progressing forward. McElhatton working with Pasher in midfield this time around. Amir Daly getting forward from his fullback spot as well. Both fullbacks forward. Serve cut out by Knutson. Kadia and Miami now might have a chance to break here. Diaz picks up his head, finds Matias Romero, who's been quiet to start the night. Now Miami content to hold up things just a little bit. They've had to do quite a bit of defending so far tonight. Diaz finds Romero lurking in a half space. Tunbridge cuts it inside. Here's where he's so dangerous. Antwi goes to ground to take it off his feet.
It's a really, really good tackle from Antwi there.
Seth Antwi, the Ghanaian midfielder, is Birmingham's team leader in tackles. That's his 12th this year. They're coming over from St. Louis City, too. He has turned into a vital cog in this Birmingham midfield. He's played in all but 6 minutes across all comps so far this year.
Yeah, he's certainly earned his spot in the starting 11 for Legion FC and done a great job so far this season. You know, I know the results haven't been great for Legion FC, but you look at some of the teams that they've played, and they've had some very close games. Like Tampa Bay, it was only 0. They lost 1-0 at home opener. They had Hartford, who's a team that has a very, very high-powered, high-octane attack, 0-0. You know, they went to Charleston, were up 2-0 at halftime, ended up giving up a penalty, and then a couple goals late. But for all intents and purposes, for a good 50, 60 minutes of that game, they were in control, and Antwi's a lot to do with that, I think.
After an excellent run of play for Brandon Bent, Miami's got their first corner of the night. Dealt with initially, but still bodies forward here for Miami FC. Tunbridge trying to pick one of them out. Kavita got ahead to that in front of Knutson, and now Birmingham a chance to break. Didn't quite win the joust for that header. Now Miami will toss things all the way back to Eloy Room and regain their shape.
One of the big losses with Hamoda is his height. Birmingham do not have a lot of players that are over 6 foot tall. He was one of them. Kavita comes in a little bit shorter, broader for sure, but Hamoda's height on both attacking and defending set pieces is something that Legion FC will miss the rest of the evening. And Miami is a team that really has a good set piece scheme and scores goals from set pieces.
Pasher, lovely ball through. Diarby behind the defense. Diarby has to score here. Room denies him, and it's cleared off the line. What a save from Room to keep this game level for now. And Gavort, Diarby, and Waru, a golden opportunity that goes wanting.
Well, it's a fantastic ball in through from Tyler Pasher. And you thought a couple times that Diarby was going to take the shot. He takes an extra touch, gets a little bit closer, which makes it even harder for Room. But what Room does so well is he stands tall. He's on the toes, on the balls of his feet. He's ready to pounce the second that ball is struck, and he makes that big, huge, important save for Miami.
Gavort Diarby has been so bright and so dangerous, yet he's still waiting for that first goal as a member of Birmingham Legion. Lower Room denies him, and Alessi able to clear it away from danger. The corner's swept away. And now Miami trying to break quickly. On the run, Lacadia. Held up for a moment, trying to clear a defender, and he was fouled. Free kick. So Miami FC survive what looked like surely had to be a ball put in the back of the net. For Diarby, and instead, Loy Room makes a massive stop, keeps his team level for now. A little more than 8 minutes to go till halftime. Throw coming here for the Legion. Fan Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, player's choice. Feels like a goal is coming in this game, sooner rather than later. Knutson brought that down to his chest and able to keep it off of Ronaldo Damas. Well done for the Texan. He was fouled in the process. Free kick Miami. Knutson and Calfo have been constants for this Miami back line. Knutson started every game but the opener. Calfo has played every minute USL Championship so far this year. In his first season coming over from Texoma, USL League One. Big ball play by Knutson over the top. Will it get there? Yes, it will. But Bent was in an offside position as the flag now comes up.
And Madoni will be cursing on the sidelines, very upset at Bent for this, because the thing is, when he's offside in that position, there's no excuse. There's nobody behind him. He has the best view of the entire field and the back line for Birmingham. And he just, it's inexcusable, it's lazy. Bent needs to do a better job in that situation. Any wide player, if you're a wide player listening at home and you have your heels on the chalk like your coach tells you to get wide, create width, the last thing you can do is be offside.
So first offside flag against Miami here this evening. It's Birmingham for a long option. Amir Daly getting forward. Able to bring that down from Keegan Hughes. Pasher working with Sebastian Tregarthen on the right flank. Tregarthen almost ran out of real estate, but able to keep it alive. Birmingham has outshot Miami 5-1 so far in this first half. Most of the game has been played down here to this point. Still, Miami's kept this game level for now. Pasher trying to play to Tregarthen's feet. He lost his footing, lost possession as well. Miami trying to break, a bit too tall for Lacadia. 40th minute here at Protective Stadium. Lee Gardner Morgan Copes here with you. Is there another goal scoring chance or two left before we hit the halftime break? Daly, Birmingham Legion's right back. That's Ronaldo Damas, who checks into midfield for a touch and is called for the foul. Free kick given and a yellow card shown to Damas, perhaps for persistent infringement. That's not his first foul tonight. The yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. That feels quite strange that contact, out of everything we've seen so far tonight, is the first booking of the evening.
That's a little harsh, but
Romero in behind the defense. His cross a good one, but nobody in a Miami shirt had made the run in the 18. He was more or less by himself. Just feels strange, right? All the contact and the fouls we've seen so far, that is what draws the first booking of the night.
Yeah, and you look at the referee maybe wanted to make a point, right? Hey, look, I'm not going to let it all go. Somebody's going to get a card at some point tonight. You know, referees sometimes like to put their stamp on games and remind everybody that, hey, I'm still in control. You can get carded for things, and that may have been what happened. But you know, Damas did lose the ball, and immediately he went to go pull the player back, which was, you know, preventing a counterattack from happening.
It's a Birmingham throw, but before that, we've got a whistle and a stoppage as Bashir Njai gets a stern talking to. He was locked up there with Gevork Diarbian. Njai, the Miami right back. Diarbian, the left wing for the Legion, have been in each other's pockets most of the night to this point. Vida sweeps that away from trouble for the Legion, if only for the moment. Lacadia back out wide. Bent just outside the 18. 1v1 against Daly for now. Into the box. Bent on his right. His serve well beyond everybody. But it was deflected by Daly on its way through. So it is going to be a second Miami corner. Miami over to provide in-swinging service. Miami coming into the night have 3 set-piece goals in their last 2 games. 2 of their 3 goals against Brooklyn came against set pieces. They've got a free header here at the back post. Tunbridge opted to take it with his foot instead, tried to redirect it back into the mixer, and it got swept away from danger. Tunbridge driving at this Birmingham defense. Malesi couldn't quite get all the way around it. And in the end, just a goal kick for the Legion. Surprised by the decision here from Tunbridge?
No, not at all. I think that's a good move. Ball, he's free on the back post. Of course, you can always wind up and take that on the full volley. The risk there is very high. The reward is also very high. Now, if you connect on something like that, but putting it back into the mixer, straight back through with a firm foot through it, could cause a lot of problems, deflection. You never know where that ball's going to end up, and you know, I don't blame him for doing that at all.
Off the Birmingham goal kick. Miami win possession back, if only for a moment, as it's ushered all the way back to Birmingham goalkeeper Jassim Kolelet. Comes into the night's 7th in the USL Championship in saves. Hasn't had to make a save yet tonight. We'll see how much longer that remains the case. McElhut. Pasher right back to his feet. Dawson McCartney a little bit of space on this left flank. Tyler Pasher coming to join him on this side of the park. Pasher trying to turn the corner, running out of real estate. Still got the cross away. Thomas got spilled at the back post, but like more he collided with Malesi than anything else. Referee waves off any shouts.
The fans were crying for a penalty on that one. I think the referee got that right. Thomas ran into Malesi there.
So Birmingham resets things through their center backs. Keegan Hughes puts his foot on the ball. 45th minute, and word from down below is 4 minutes of stoppage time coming to close this first half. Let's see if that indeed is the case here in just a moment. McCartney recycles. McElhut and Hughes. And it is confirmed. 4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by UAP Medicine. Bright stuff here from Amir Daly, who's cut it inside. Daly still going and fouled just outside the 18. Excellent stuff from Amir Daly, who ran a good 30-plus yards. And has created Morgan a free kick that is well within shooting range here.
Yeah, very dangerous spot for Birmingham. Daly does a great job, goes through, and Torrey just goes to ground, thinks he's going to go in and win the tackle, tries to pull out, but takes Daly out. And this is a great opportunity for a guy like Tyler Pasher or anybody with a left foot.
By the way, Rion Torrey was booked for that challenge yellow card, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, the first shown to a member of Miami FC tonight. Japanese midfielder came over from Orlando City B. Is not in the 3-man wall here. Streetgarthen and Pasher both give this a long look. Free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Free kick coming from 20 yards away, right side of the box here. Streetgarthen couldn't quite bend it. Back inside that near post.
Had good shape on it, had good pace. It was never going to trouble room in the goal the way he hit it. Same ball, hit that the same way. If it's a foot or so to the left, I think it's a big different story.
Room sends it away. 2 minutes into our minimum of 4 added here to close this first half. Fans, a reminder, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. your ticket to great seats. Is there another scoring chance left in this first half? So far, the bulk of the opportunities have belonged to the home side, but still looking for breakthrough. Thomas steps in front of that pass. Birmingham win it back. As we play on into the 48th minute. Get a minimum of 4. So Birmingham do have just a little bit of time left to try to throw numbers forward here. Kavita, the center back, will progress things. Daly, the wide option. Pasher making a run around him. The pass cut out. Good positioning there from Bent. Tregarthen brings it down in a crowd. Couldn't circle around 3 Miami jerseys. Kadia held it up, but only for a moment. Diarbian out the other side. McCartney, the wide option. The 49th and final minutes here of our first half stoppage time. Pasher hacked down from behind. Free kick for the Legion. This one from about 40 yards away from goal. Birmingham are going to get their center backs forward here. Pasher's going to give this one at least a look. Pasher serves wide. Headed away by Bent, recovered by McElhatton. And the referee blows his whistle for halftime. Birmingham won't serve it into the box one more time. And we will go into halftime scoreless so far tonight.
Listen, it may have been scoreless in the first half. Miami maybe given up a lot of goals. They'll be very happy that they didn't concede one in this game in the first half. But these two teams are among the top teams in the league who have scored in the first 15 minutes of a second half. So don't go away. Could be a lot of fireworks the next 15 minutes of gameplay.
Jay Heaps and his side back to the dressing room. Both sides with a bit of work to do. No score so far tonight between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look around the USL Championship, preview what's ahead on a busy weekend, plus look at some of the USL players on the big stage, not only this spring, but coming up this summer as well. That all when we return to Protective Stadium. You're watching our coverage of USL Championship Soccer from Birmingham, Alabama.
In Alabama, we take care of each other. We show up and work hard for the people who count on us. Now, Alabama is showing up for you with clinical genetic testing free for adults in our state. So you learn about your health risks before they become a problem. No cost, no insurance. For your heart, family, and future. Catalyst.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
With the field for World Cup 2026 now set, the USL can enjoy its place in the countdown to history. Never before has an active USL player taken part in a World Cup, until now. For the past 2.5 years, more than 30 players from USL Championship and League One battled through World Cup qualifying. This summer, 6 of them have a chance to hit the field for their respective countries. Miami FC teammates Eloy Rom and Jurgen Locadia made history, helping Curacao qualify for the World Cup for the first time ever. Curacao will face Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador in group play. And for the first time since 1974, Haiti will take part in the World Cup, following a very unique road through qualifying. 4 championship players, Duke Lacroix and Garvin Matusala of Colorado Springs, Delence Pierre from FC Tulsa, and Carl Sente from New Mexico United, led Haiti through qualifying without playing a home match. Now the Haitian team faces a tough group at the World Cup with matches against Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. But while World Cup qualifying owned the spotlight in late March, several USL players took part on U.S. youth national teams, also on the world stage. Colton Swan of Charleston Battery scored a goal for the U.S. Under-20 team against Argentina in Argentina. Orange County SC's Tyson Espy played for the Under-17 team in Paraguay. And the U.S. Under-18 team played in Portugal, featuring Ramiz Hamuda from Birmingham Legion, Brandon Days of Louisville City, and Jameer Johnson from Orange County SC.
Fighting the top bins. What a shot and a goal for the Richmond Kickers. One at the near post and flicked along and in. How's that for a response from Charleston?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
This week on USL All Access, we'll discuss U.S. Open Cup results, World Championship teams stand at the three-quarter pole.
How Strinali puts SAFC ahead.
But most importantly, the agreement reached between USLPA and USL HQ on the collective bargaining agreement.
You'll see it SiriusXM FC or the USL YouTube page every Tuesday night.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from the championship. Last week we learned a lesson. Never leave a match early if the outcome is in doubt. 3 matches were decided in added time, beginning with Colorado Springs, grabbing a 3-3 draw with San Antonio in the 100th minute. Peter Wilson headed home the game-tying goal for Oakland Roots in a 2-2 draw with Loudoun United. And Michel Benitez cleaned up a saved penalty kick in added time to lead Sacramento Republic to a 3-2 win. over Orange County. Louisville City's run to the round of 16 in the U.S. Open Cup earned the club $50,000 in prize money for being the furthest advancing team from the USL Championship. Lou City won a regulation wins tiebreaker with Colorado Springs to get the prize. It's still early in the season, but a trend that's helping the top clubs winning at home. Entering Week 10, 7 clubs above the playoff line in their respective conferences are unbeaten at home, so far led by San Antonio in the West, Tampa Bay in the East. Upcoming national broadcasts, AC Boise and FC Naples next Wednesday on League One. Then it's Richmond Kickers and Charleston Battery in the USL Cup. Rhode Island hosts Brooklyn. All 3 matches are on the CBS Sports Network. Now the second half is getting closer. Let's get you back out to your match.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama. Not too far away from the iconic Barber Motorsports Park and Museum. Some of the best things on 4 wheels, not too far away from downtown Birmingham, Alabama. So far, both these two sides trying to put it in high gear. Scoreless so far between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC as we welcome you back to Protective Stadium. Coming into the night, Miami FC 5th in the USL Championship's Eastern Conference, 12 points from their first 8 matchups. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion with a victory can vault all the way up to a tie with Miami on points with their second victory in a row tonight.
Yeah, and they've got a game in hand too. So, Birmingham, they're right on the cusp of the playoff line, trying to get above it. They've got a plus goal difference now after that big win against Rhode Island, but they're trying to climb their way up the table.
Of course, we'll see a bunch of the other Eastern Conference teams in action later on this weekend. It's Western Conference matchups coming up on Friday. It's Lexington and Monterey Bay get things started, followed by Colorado Springs taking on Orange County over at Widener Field. Then Saturday, a full slate of games highlighted by what's going on in primetime. Hartford Athletic and Detroit City FC over on ESPN+. Indy 11 going to be big favorites against Sporting Jacks. Louisville City, meanwhile, take on Pittsburgh Riverhounds over on Galasso in one of the games of the night.
Yeah, that's a really big one. I look at Rhode Island versus Tampa Bay. Rhode Island need to bounce back. And they've got to show better than they did against Birmingham this past weekend. They'll be looking to do that. Connor Smith and that crowd in Rhode Island will certainly want to go out and get 3 points against the league leaders.
Tampa Bay side that's won 5 of their first 7 to start the year. Here in Birmingham, scoreless so far at the break, but Birmingham holds a 7-2 shot advantage. They've had most of the ball as well, and most of the game has been played in their attacking half. They're just missing the breakthrough.
Yeah, and it's tough to break down a team that sets up in a low block. You alluded to it earlier about the line of confrontation being 10 yards inside of their own half. Miami are not shy about sitting in, and they want to play on the break. That's how they like to go at teams, particularly when they're on the road. And there's no different tonight. They've had a couple of chances to do so. So Birmingham have to take care of the ball, and if they're going to break them down, they're going to have to do it from the width, and they're going to have to do it at breakneck speed.
We'll see if that changes coming up here in the second 45 minutes. Fans, The Experience is a video docuseries that shows the history, passion, and community of USL clubs and their supporter groups. Now in its 5th season, The Experience takes viewers into the experience of being a supporter, exploring the history of the club, the passion of the community, and the energy of match day. The latest episode showcases League One newcomer Athletic Club Boise and their support group, the River Guard. It will be available tomorrow on youtube.com/USL.
I think Idahoans have been clamoring for something that is theirs.
I feel a big sense of responsibility to do this right. You only get one first season.
For me, without soccer, it's like there's no air. Having it here, I feel like I can breathe again. Boise's never had anything like this.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Back here in Birmingham, quick look at what we saw in the first 45 minutes before we get the second half going. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes here with you. Morgan Birmingham had a couple of chances early. This one from Ronaldo Damas.
Yeah, he would have wanted that one back. Damas is the fox in the box. He loves chances like this, finds ways to score these types of goals. Here, Tyler Pasher just connects on one. Another set-piece opportunity for Birmingham. Doesn't miss by too terribly much. He liked the way he hit it, just didn't have the right shape on it. But it's been a good, solid defensive battle in the midfield. Both teams have done a good job of limiting the chances and the good chances for each other. You know, the one chance that Birmingham had was really this one, a really good one. Diarbian gets through on goal, slipped through by Pasher, and Broom does a great job. Watch his feet here, watch his feet. He's on the balls of his feet, waiting for this to come as this ball gets through, and right as he goes to hit this, but he's ready to go, and he pounces, is able to get down quickly, make that save, and preserve the clean sheet.
So we'll see how much longer that clean sheet stays intact as we get ready for the second 45 minutes. Miami have made one change before we get this second half going. Joel Sonora has replaced Brandon Bentz. The attacking third for Miami. So now each team has made one change. Of course, Birmingham was forced into an early change. After Misamoto went down, Fanuel Kavita replaced him just shy of the half-hour mark. So here we go, off and running in the second 45 minutes from Protective Stadium. Sebastian Tregarthen right back on the ball, looking for Ronaldo Damas. Not a bad serve. It was dealt with by Bashir Njai. And a free kick and foul called on Damas as Njai went down holding his leg. He went full extension to try to keep that away from Damas in and around the 6-yard box. He is down just mere seconds into the start of the second half.
Yeah, it looks like their feet got tangled up down below, knees hit inadvertently. I don't think there was any malintent from Damas there. You know, it seems like the referee has pulled him over and is having a conversation with him, but Damas himself is getting up and kind of, you know, limping a little bit, doesn't feel 100%. I don't think there was any intent in that situation there.
So Njai is to his feet now. Damas and McCartney. McCartney wearing the armband tonight for Birmingham. Having a talk with our referee, Benjamin Meyer. Remember, Ronaldo Damas playing on a yellow card caution. Might be what the referee is telling him, hey, we can't afford any more of those challenges from you, otherwise you might see a second yellow. So Njai is going to carry on here. A bit of a scare. He's still walking fairly gingerly, though, off screen. Eloy Room sends it away. A foul against Birmingham. Seth Antwi in midfield. It's going to give Miami a free kick around the midway stripe, which they take quickly. Calfo. Knutson, the center backs combining as Knutson plays the diagonal. Romero down the line for Tunbridge. Courtney with some defending to do here, trying to keep that off of Gerald Diaz near the corner flag. Courtney out of real estate and got clattered into from behind. Free kick, Birmingham. Like Sonora, the man with the freshest legs, who commits the foul. So Kalela, the Birmingham goalkeeper, will go over to take that. Vance Legion FC continue Brinks Tires USL Cup play on the road next Saturday. That's May 16th at Chattanooga Red Wolves with a 6 o'clock Central Time start. The road trip then continues Saturday, May 23rd at Monterey Bay FC. 9 o'clock Central Time kickoff out west for that contest. You can watch those matches here on My 68 in Birmingham or on ESPN Plus. Follow along at BHM Legion on X for live match updates. Birmingham not home for a month after this contest. June 3rd, hosting Brunio Power Lou City at 7 o'clock Central Time. That match, singles night. Don't miss your chance to beat your match. Get your tickets today, bhmlegion.com/tickets. So far, both these teams deadlocked. Scoreless so far. 3.5 minutes into our second 45. Match 2 this latest week in the USL Championship, after most teams have played at least one, if not multiple, Brinks Tires USL Cup group matches to this point. Birmingham got a point out of Texas. Deadlocked after 90 minutes against San Antonio FC, lost in PKs. So San Antonio picked up a crucial second point. LSC ran out of real estate. Throw coming here for Birmingham Legion. Miami FC have started cup play with 6 points. Wins against Naples and Sporting Jacks. A win tonight would give them their 4th in a row across all competitions. Meanwhile, Birmingham trying to stay unbeaten for the 5th straight game. Draws against Loudoun and Indy, wins against Rhode Island and Pittsburgh. And that doesn't count the 90-minute draw they played against San Antonio. As another free kick is coming here for Miami, and Sam McElhatton has been warned. So Antwi as well. Those two guys not afraid of a challenge, but it looks like for both, perhaps, their next ill-timed challenge might result in a booking.
Yeah, there's... I think Antwi knew what he was doing there.
No stranger to bookings. Antwi's been booked in back-to-back games coming into tonight. German serve headed away by Keegan Hughes, and on loan from New England, making just his 2nd start for Birmingham Legion. Former Stanford Cardinal, looking good so far. See if this Miami side puts more pressure on this Birmingham back line in the second half. Just 2 total shots in the first half, but a chance to get at them here, if not for that tug. That's going to be a yellow card shown to Amir Daly, bringing down Sonora. And a free kick coming from Miami, albeit from a tight angle, but within shooting range.
Yeah, it's a great first touch from Sonora there. Slips past Daly. Daly reaches, grabs him. Sonora knows exactly what to do in that situation. Goes down, earns the card and the set piece for his team in a dangerous position at that.
This yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. Thomas and now Daly have been booked for the home side. 2-man wall here for the Legion. Again, a Miami team that's been very good on set pieces so far this year, especially over the past couple of weeks. Sonora goes for goal. Didn't quite trouble Kalela at the end. Over the top it goes. Bad idea there from Sonora. Making his 4th appearance as a member of Miami. Of course, the Argentine, spent most of his career playing in Argentina. Also spent some time in Europe as well. Liga MX too, his dad Diego, of course, longtime contributor for it's now FC Dallas, what then was Dallas Burn.
I went to a Dallas Burn game when I was living in Dallas as a, third and fourth grader.
Yeah. So Sonora born in Dallas, Texas, while his dad was a member of Dallas Burn, but then later moved to Argentina. Now here, back stateside, playing with Miami. Good defending there from Njai. That's a good sign for him. He looks healthy after taking that tough collision early to start this second half. McElhatton looking for space, not given a whole lot, turns it over, went to ground to try to run it back, was late on that challenge, certainly a foul. Referee plays the advantage though. Kadia trying to keep that alive, could not. Darbian trying to split defenders, ran into an absolute brick wall. Mateus Romero was not letting him get through. So a couple of tough challenges both directions. Yet we play on. So Miami try to build something here. Torrey under duress. Antwi heads it into his own bench. It is going to be a Miami throw. For certain, Ben Meyer was going to turn and hand Sam McElhatton the yellow card. Instead, just a stern warning for that ill-timed challenge a few moments ago.
Makes you wonder what Damas said to him to get his card earlier in the game. It had to be something other than just the foul. It almost seems as much physicality as we've seen in the second half and some of the tackles we've seen going in.
Q, another foul. This time Diarbian brought down. And he tried to play quickly. Played right into the feet of a Miami player, almost to tell Ben Meyer that he wanted to try to play quicker. Now ball over the top, delivered to Damas. Damas squares it. Trey Garthan gets there, but couldn't keep it down. Almost from nothing, Birmingham, an excellent opportunity to start the scoring, but Sebastian Trey Garthan just could not find the frame.
Yeah, a wonderful ball through. Damas does a great job. Knutson cannot keep up. That's just a fantastic ball, and Trey Garthan can't get through it and keep it down. It's almost like you have to time that perfectly because you're going at breakneck speeds, and Trey Garthan's a very fast player, as you just saw. If that ball hops just wrong, you've got to be able to adjust your body at that breakneck speed and keep it down. He wasn't able to do so.
Trey Garthan is a goal scorer. He scored twice in his last 3 games coming into tonight. That includes the opening goal that gave Birmingham an early lead at Rhode Island last weekend. Now Miami a chance to throw numbers forward. Tunbridge on the turn into the 18. He's looking for options. Cuts it back. Dawson McCartney came back to do the dirty work defensively. The game perhaps starting to stretch out just a little bit. We'll see how aggressive both teams are as we are about to hit the hour mark here. 57th minute. Neither side has dented the scoreboard yet. Torrey forced backwards. Birmingham picking up the pressure just a little bit. Torrey connects with Sonora, right back to his feet, and he was fouled by Amir Daly. Remember, Daly's got to be careful too. He's on a yellow as well, shown right at the outset of the second half.
See some substitutions getting ready for Jay Heaps over on the sidelines. I would expect to see 1, maybe 2 substitutions very soon for Birmingham as you look to protect some of these players that have cards. It looks like it might be Peter Lee Vassell who's about to come in, which you might think he comes in for Ronaldo Damas, and Pasher goes up front and he slides into the 10, but that's my guess. Take a guy off who's got a card.
We'll see what Jay Heaps decides to do here. Again, he was pressed into an early change in the first half. That's the only sub he's made to this point. Well, Miami's only made the one change as well. Joel Sonora coming on right at the start of this second half. Knutson's pass cut out. Dawson McCartney had that read. Kavita under a bit of pressure, able to evade. Birmingham had plenty of bodies forward here. Amir Daly's going to join them as well. Pasher picks up his head. What can he create here? Pasher a couple of step overs, being ushered to his right foot, gets it back on his left. Pasher out the other side, McCartney. McCartney's cross blocked. Romero put his body on the line there. Diarbian greeted by Romero as well. Diarbian's cross dealt with by Knutson. McElhatton brings it down. An ambitious try that does not trouble Eloy Room. Goal kick coming here for Miami. So as Room takes a moment to get it back in play, fans will remind you that at Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. Another free kick coming here for Miami, and now stern words for Birmingham center back Keegan Hughes. Got a feeling that there could be a flurry of yellow card cautions coming here in the final half hour.
It seems to go that. It seems like it could be going that way. But to be fair, I mean, look at here. And Hughes are both big guys. Neither one of them shying away from contact in that situation.
Ball bent in beautifully, cut back, almost got to Lacadia. Excellent work from Alessi. Now the offside flag comes up against him. Tunbridge started the play forward. But in the end, nothing comes of the chance for Miami, and now Birmingham will make their second change of the night. It is Peter Lee Vassell, who has grabbed his shirt and is ready to come on here, making his 6th appearance of the year. And he will replace Amir Daly, one of those guys who's on a yellow card caution. So Daly checks out after an hour of work and is replaced by the Jamaican international. Vassell now in his second season with the Legion after he signed with Birmingham late last year, played September and October with Birmingham. He's made 3 starts this year. Now he comes off the bench for the 3rd time.
Yeah, I think that's a good substitution from Legion FC there. And Jay Heaps, you're bringing a player off who's got a card. You got a guy who can slide in, who started your last game, and you got a 3-1 result. And you give Trey Garthen, who's got the capability and desire to do plenty of defending, and now he'll have more green in front of him when he goes to attack. But this is a big chance for Miami here.
Tunbridge on the turn. Romero trying to get forward, couldn't quite get there. Ran out of real estate as it rolls into the ad boards. Rare miscue from Tyler Pasher nearly started a Miami break, but all for naught to the end. Birmingham will take this goal kick short and build out of the back. Diarbian able to turn and run at this Miami defense, showing off the pace, looking for Thomas directly. Ball just overhit as Room comes to collect it. Miami goalkeeper has had to make a couple of saves so far tonight. Not so far in this second half.
My prediction of a goal in the first 15 minutes did not come through, nor did the trends continue on with Miami giving up a goal in the first half. So maybe we are destined for 0-0.
Two sides that have put up goals in bunches here over the last couple of weeks. But so far, still plenty up for grabs here tonight. Leslie's got some space. Finds Tunbridge, who wanted a whistle, didn't get one. As he tried to turn, he almost ran directly into Birmingham defender Fanuel Kavita. Tunbridge still down. And the Miami medical staff going to be waved on here. So play halted as Mason Tunbridge, the Englishman, who's been certainly the most active attacking figure tonight for Miami. He's down. Another look here at the collision.
He got blocked off by Peter Lee Vassell there. Looks as though Kavita's hand maybe caught him inadvertently, but Tunbridge up on his feet.
Tunbridge, like a couple of these key Miami contributors, working his way up the pyramid from USL League One. Started his career with 2 seasons at Tormenta, which was very productive. Splitting his college soccer time between Jacksonville as a Dolphin and then San Diego as a Torero. Looks to be okay and will be waved back on here momentarily, will Tunbridge. Birmingham on the ball dropped at their feet and restart play. 64th minute, Tier Protective Stadium. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes, glad to have you with us tonight. Reminder, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XMFC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches for the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XMFC 157, the Sirius XM app. Peter Vassell, his first real touches since coming on. A left-footed shot, right at room, but well struck. Vassell very quickly working his way into this game. Miami quickly find Tunbridge, who was waved back on. In the attacking half, Trey Garthin pushed from behind by Sonora. Free kick to the Legion. Not a bad look here from Vassell.
Hey, he does a good job, cuts it in on his left, gets plenty of purchase on it, just not exactly where we want it, straight into Room's breadbasket. Easy save for him.
It's Room's first save of the second half. Just the 3rd shot on target tonight. All 3 have come from the Legion. Miami with just 3 shots total, nothing on target yet. 65 minutes gone by. Yarbian working centrally this time. Finds Vassell again. He's got space. Doesn't tee this one up. Leaves it for Trey Garthin instead. Trey Garthin's cross cut out by Malesi. But a Birmingham corner is coming. And Miami is prepping a triple change after they defend this set piece. So a trio of teal shirts set to come on. Thomas Musto, Machu Ndongo, and Rodrigo de Costa all set to enter the fray here in just a moment. First things first, defending on this corner. Pasher takes it short, gets it back from Diarbian. Now Pasher serves. It's flicked out the other side by Njai. So another Birmingham corner coming, this time for the opposite flag. And once again, Miami will hold those changes. Chance of Let's Go Legion down below. The home crowd trying to will their side into an opening goal breakthrough. Driven service. Hughes got a piece of it, not enough to redirect it. Gold, it's out for a goal kick, and now Miami will announce those changes officially. De Costa comes on and will replace Bashir Njai. Also making way, Rion Torrey. And finally, Mason Tunbridge. So Torrey, Tunbridge, and Njai are off. Dongo, Da Costa, and Musto are on. So big change here for Gaston Madani. It's his side trying to chase more than just a point here on the road. A little more than 20 minutes to play. They've now used 4 of their 5 allotted subs. Right away, Ndongo gets on the ball here, driving at this Birmingham back line, and Ndongo splitting defenders. Still Ndongo, finally taken off it by Hughes and McElhat. Great start for the 19-year-old from Cameroon, who was transferred from Rhode Island down to Miami at the beginning of the year. Made just 2 appearances all year with Conno Smith's Rhode Island a year ago. This already his 9th appearance with Miami this year, 4th time off the bench to go along with 5 starts. Meanwhile, Rodrigo Da Costa, USL Championship legend, longtime FC Tulsa contributor. Also spent time with Memphis and more recently North Carolina. Now in his 8th USL Championship season. Good sign for Miami fans to get Da Costa back. He had not played the last 4 contests, hadn't even been in the 18. McCarthy finds Pasher edge of the area. Pasher clattered, no whistle. Wow. Birmingham fans not thrilled with that passage of play.
I think the ball had gone, and that's why the referee doesn't give it. Tyler Pasher didn't have the ball near his foot. Looked as though it had gone 3 or 4 yards in front of him. Although he probably was fouled, there was contact, but he had already lost possession of the ball.
Da Costa. Good first touches from him as Miami progress things forward. Lacadia lays it off for Da Costa. Sonora. Lessie keeps it moving. One of the longer stretches of possession Miami have had all night tonight, especially in the attacking half. And it will continue. A Miami throw coming.
Yeah, see this ball. Sonora gets plenty of his body. You could make an argument that Pasher, as quick as he is, would have gotten to that ball, but the referee chose not to call it. He has let physical play happen tonight, so there's been some consistency there, whether the fans like it or not.
Trey Garthen does find Pasher's feet this time around as Birmingham break out of their defensive third here. Trying to progress things again. 70 minutes gone here at Protective Stadium. Each side chasing the opening goal in what at this point could prove to be a game winner. Like Gardner Morgan Copes, glad to have you with us, whether you're watching on My 68 on ESPN Plus or listening on Sirius XMFC 157. Really Vassal in Birmingham. Asked quite a few questions. This is Miami backline in the first half. The attack has been a little quieter for the home side here in the second half. Birmingham 9 shots, 2 on targets. First half, just 3 shots with 1 on target here since halftime. Birmingham have, by and large, dominated the way this game has been played to this point. They've outshot Miami 12-3. They've had more of the ball. They've had more of the tempo as Ronaldo Damas is going to be called for the foul.
He's got to be careful. Yeah, he's telling tells Damas there. See with his hand gestures, the referee goes from central to out and said, look, this is it. No more fouls or you're off. So I would expect Jay Heaps to make a change to avoid going down to 10 men.
Reminder, last time these two teams played, it was Miami who went down to 10 men. Their goalkeeper, Nico Campisi, got sent off when these two teams met here in this building last fall. And yet, Miami still came away with all 3 points from that contest. Great progression from McElhatton. Starts the attack the other direction. McCartney cuts it back. Diarby at top of the box. His shot blocked. Knudsen kept his hands near his chest and blocked that shot away. And now Miami start things the other direction. Lacadia's got space. Hughes out to greet him. Lacadia, left-footed shot. Saved by Kalelet, his first stop of the night.
Well, that's it. So we get another look. Here comes the service from McCartney. Good first touch from Diarby. And yeah, there's no way you can give a handball in that situation. Knudsen has it right across his chest.
Couple of good looks here from Jorgen Lacadia. One with his left foot. That header, though, just not enough on it to trouble Kalelet.
Yeah, Lacadia growing into this game. That's 2 saves that Kalelet has had to make in quick succession. So it just goes to show you, if this game starts to get stretched, both teams have to be very careful, because if Miami goes and they have a chance and they get stretched, Birmingham can hit them. Birmingham on the other end, as they get stretched, Miami can very clearly go and get 2 shots on target in quick succession like they just did. They hadn't had one prior to that, but it only took 60 seconds for them to get 2 on target.
Miami with the ball back at their feet here. Rebuilding through their center backs, Colfo and Knudsen. For Lacadia again. This time that pass doesn't quite reach his feet. Fans, eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball, free to play. Download it now. Play with either Birmingham Legion or Miami FC. Both these sides search for a winner. Our 11th overall meeting. Alessi. Peruvian getting forward once again. Ndongo. The substitutes. Hounded by Trey Garthen. Couldn't keep it away from Trey Garthen. Birmingham a chance to counter. Pasher looking directly to the feet of Damas. Can he win the foot race? Not quite. Big, big piece of defending. Kept it away from him.
Jai coming up a little bit hobbled there too. Looks like he might have tweaked a muscle.
Jai out to greet Diarby at this time. Diarby in around one man. Doesn't have much to work with though. And Tui recycles it the other way. Trey Garthen a good serve. Almost got through. Knudsen had to get a piece of that header. Trying to break. DaCosta. Excellent intervention from Sam McElhatton. Right now there's just so much space in midfield.
Yeah, these teams, as they get tired, they start to get a little bit more stretched. Your defensive shape starts to go and get a little bit wonky. Your legs just don't have the gas that they had at the beginning of the match for you to make that extra run a little bit further back, and a lot of times those 3 to 5 yards can make a huge difference.
Kalia leaves it for Njai. As Birmingham saw Miami's triple change and are preparing a trio of changes of their own here. Foul against Dawson McCartney, a free kick and a set piece opportunity coming for Miami. I don't think Birmingham's going to make any changes now with some defending of a set piece to do.
You really try not to make substitutions, particularly on the defensive side, when you have to go in and rearrange and reorganize and make sure specific individuals are picked up.
So Miami FC, a set piece here near the touchline. Thomas Musto stands over. Wyatt giving this one a long look. Musto, an out-swinging serve. Redirects to Lacadia, edge of the box. His shot blocked away. Headed back into the mix for a moment. Ansui a defining clearance. Birmingham Legion able to reset their shape defensively. Trey Garthen went up to win the header, got clattered while he was in the air. A free kick coming for the Legion, and quickly Birmingham players over to check on their Brett Uruguayan, who took a tough fall.
Yeah, came down from 6 feet up in the air. It didn't look as though Sonora was trying to undercut him, but Trey Garthen is quick and very athletic and got up high and just kind of came down right on top of his shoulder.
Looks like he's okay. The stoppage will allow Birmingham to make a triple change now as we get a look at the replay here. So now those changes. Fork Diarbian off. Serge Goma will come on for him. So like for like swap there, as is the swap up front. Although Damas, who's been on a yellow card for quite some time, he comes off in favor of Romario Williams. And lastly, looks like Tyler Pasher is coming off here, replaced by Sebastian Saucedo. So Birmingham have used all 5 of their subs now. Vassell, Kavita, Goma, Williams, and Saucedo. For Saucedo, just his 3rd appearance in the league, his 4th if you include the cup contest against San Antonio. All off the bench for the California native. Serge Goma, meanwhile, the man on loan from New York Red Bulls, makes his 6th appearance as a member of Birmingham Legion. This has kind of been his role. The 20-year-old has been a super sub. Mario Williams, meanwhile, was the starting striker for the Legion to start the year, while Ronaldo Damas was working his way back to full fitness. Tonight, Williams is on for the final 11 minutes or so.
Yeah, a little bit of different playing style for Williams than it is Damas. Damas is looking to get service, be played in behind the defense, whereas Williams is a bigger body, has the ability to hold defenders off and bring his teammates into play.
Dongo looking for a little bit of help. Speaking of bringing teammates into the mix. Sonora. High arcing cross. Pardon me, Romero's cross looking for Sonora. Sonora couldn't quite get on the end of it, but he did keep it in play for a moment. And he wins Miami a throw in the attacking third, taken quickly. Sonora working with Musto. Musto a dangerous ball. Almost found the head of DaCosta. Somehow got all the way through unscathed. '81st minutes. Scoreless so far between Birmingham Legion and Miami. A game that feels like a goal has been forthcoming for quite some time.
Yeah, Legion FC have some really fresh legs and tons of pace that they've brought on. All of Saucedo, Peterly, Vassell, Goma, Williams, they've all got the capability to do a job in the speed department.
Looks like a handball, perhaps. The call on Fanuel Kavita as he was locked up with Lacadia for a ball that took a high hop off the turf. And a free kick coming from Miami, about 10 yards outside the 18. So what do Miami do with this while they contemplate? Fans will remind you the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches, expert analysis every day on CBS Sports Golazo and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. And wow, the set piece setup is unfolding. Birmingham manager Jay Heaps has been shown a yellow card, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. So Birmingham has had a few guys booked tonight, and now that includes their head coach. What twists and turns are left tonight? DaCosta serves to the penalty spot, swept away with ease by Romario Williams. waste of a set-piece opportunity there for the visitors. Lower room, Miami's goalkeeper sends it away. Goma trying to bring it down off the bouncy turf and had it swept away from him, but out for a Birmingham throw. Sebastian Saucedo getting his first touches since coming on, immediately clattered to the floor, but he has won Birmingham yet another throw, albeit from about 10 to 12 yards further back. McCartney was fouled right as he got the ball back in play.
A couple fouls in quick succession there. Referees bringing Romero over to have a conversation with him. He's a little late on that one.
There's only been one Miami yellow card caution tonight. It was shown to Rion Tori. The Japanese midfielder has since been subbed off. It's been a foul-filled contest. I think the foul count is now over 30 at this point. Miami has their own throw forthcoming in their defensive third. How aggressive does Miami get here on the road, chasing all 3 points as opposed to just getting one? They do have one more change at their disposal if they want it down the stretch of this contest. Birmingham chasing a second consecutive league victory. That would be the first time since May 31st of last year they had back-to-back victories of any kind. Got to go all the way back to June 2024 to find their last back-to-back victories in the league. Shout out John Fuller of the Football Forge for that note. Vida ushers that back to his goalkeeper.
The last 2 seasons, Legion FC have missed the playoffs, and it was not with this organization how they started. It's only been the only 2 times they've missed the playoffs in there since inception in 2019. The team certainly accustomed to being in the playoffs, but having to right that ship and get back in. And that comes with being able to win games back-to-back, which they haven't been able to do.
Win tonight would also get them back above the playoff line here. Diagonal ball, an excellent one to Trey Garthen. Can he get on the end of it? He can. He got hit as well, but the referee says no foul. Just a goal kick for Miami as Trey Garthen ran out of room near the end line.
So the turf monster might have gotten him there.
These 2 teams last year finished bottom of the East. Birmingham 27 points, Miami 30. Birmingham got off to such a slow start, could never really recover. Miami, meanwhile, got off to a slow start themselves, but they righted the ship after the first month. Really, it was August and September that doomed their fates. 9-match winless stretch in August and September for Miami kept them out of the playoffs. Snagged just 2 points across those 2 months, despite winning 3 of their last 4 to close out last year's campaign. Miami already with 12 points accumulated so far this year. That's good for 5th in the East. Birmingham with 9 points. 87th minute here. We will have a little bit of stoppage time to close the night. Calfo goes backwards to his goalkeeper, Room, who's made a couple of key stops tonight. Room sends it deep. Couple of Legion headers before Miami bring it down. DeCosta the substitutes. Miami trying to keep it away from this Birmingham side. Lessie towards Lacadia, tries to keep Trey Garthen away from it, couldn't. Saucedo on the turn, gonna keep it away from Njai. Working with Vassell. Mackel first time. Lovely layoff. Saucedo couldn't quite get it back to Romario Williams. Vassell collects. Mackel his pass cut out. Key intervention there from Matias Romero.
Miami certainly exuding what it means to bend but not break. And doing a good job of limiting the good chances that Birmingham has had tonight.
Vassell operating on the turn once more. Troy Garthen getting forward too. Goma couldn't quite get on the end of that. Throw coming here for the Legion near the corner flag as we enter the 89th minute. Birmingham with 13 shots tonight and over a goal's worth of XG, but nothing to show for it to this point. Kavita and Hughes, the Birmingham center backs. Working around to the left side of the park with McCartney and Saucedo. Saucedo, a heavy touch, nearly gave it up. Antwi helped him out. Birmingham make possession matter here late. McElhatton quite on the same page with Trey Garthen. Cut out Alessi, who's been solid tonight. Layla, the Birmingham goalkeeper, comes to collect. And Wise turn to the fourth official to see how much stoppage time is coming to close this contest.
It can't be more than 1 or 2 minutes. We've had we've had some substitutions, but
Trey Garthen got that around, got the serve into the mix. Goma top of the box. Goma couldn't keep his left-footed shot down. And Room and Miami will take their time before getting this ball back in play as we approach 90 full minutes played. How much time is there left for either one of these two sides to find a winner? Room waves his side forward and now finally sends it away. Fourth official indicates 3 added minutes coming to close the night, brought to you by UAB Medicine. Lacadia fouled right in front of his bench. Perhaps a chance here for Miami to throw everybody forward. How aggressive does Miami get with this set piece? Musto is going to wait for a few more of the Miami jerseys to get forward. Now does send it towards the back post, but over the top of everybody. So nothing comes of that. There has been a little bit more time that's come off the clock. We're nearly 1 full minute into our minimum of 3.
Miami very stretched. Now they're starting to drop back, but originally it looked like they were going to go and press this this short goal kick here. Instead, Legion elect to go long, and they drop off. But I don't know. I'd be interested to see Miami now all of a sudden wanting to push and try and go to get 3 points, but open yourselves up potentially for a counterattack from Birmingham, which can be deadly.
It rolls it out.
Referee.
Could not get it to Vassell. The referee was in the way. Here comes Miami, a chance. Sonora, his shot, saved by Kalelan. What a moment that could have perhaps decided the game. It's out for a Miami corner.
You can see just Sonora just toe pokes it. And looks like it might have been going wide, but Kalelan gets down, makes the save, gives up the corner to a Miami team that's dangerous.
So another set piece. Lofted to the back post. Knutson. Saved by Kalelet, who was there. Had the angle covered. Long ball over the top. Finds Saucedo. What a first touch that is from him. He shrugs off the contact. Goma. Williams running too. Goma right at room.
We talked about how these teams, if it gets too open, it can really turn into a really fun and exciting game. Goma, a wonderful opportunity. Bofo Saucedo does a great job of picking him out and holding the defender off. Gets it right where he wants it and just fires it right at room.
What an opportunity to perhaps find a winner. The 20-year-old just could not beat the veteran goalkeeper. And speaking of goalkeepers, a stoppage now because Jassim Kalelet's Birmingham keeper is down, holding his right arm.
Birmingham has no more subs.
Take another look at that corner sequence. Knutson was almost right on top of Kalelet as he tried to whip his right leg around. Tried to redirect that on frame. Kalelet was right there, and then play started back the other direction. What had been a pretty quiet night for the Birmingham keeper. He's all of a sudden had to make a couple of big plays late. Like he takes the full force of Knutson's right leg into his right arm.
It almost looked like it got him right on the elbow. Some would call it humorous.
It's not so funny sometimes. I see what you did there, though.
Hashtag dad joke.
Kalelet is on his feet, and again, Birmingham without any changes left. So he's going to press on here for maybe the final moments. Surely there's not much left here tonight. We'll see how much time, if any, is left once Loy Room puts this back in play. After the stoppage, we're well beyond our minimum of 3 added minutes. We're within a few seconds of reaching that minimum before play came to a halt. Referee Ben Meyer will drop this for Room.
Williams coming up just to make sure that Room has to pick it up, which is smart. It's smart from the Legion FC forward, right? You don't want Room to just let it sit there and let the clock tick. You want the game to keep going because you feel like, particularly as a forward, you might have the opportunity to score and you don't want that chance to go if the referee blows the whistle, but there we have it.
Full time, the points shared on a Thursday night here in Birmingham. Scoreless between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC. For Miami, Morgan, positive road result for them, and for Birmingham, probably a frustrating night on a night where they had the better of the opportunities, could never find the breakthrough they were searching for.
Yeah, and in front of a big home crowd too, with the World Cup trophy here. There was no World Cup winning moment tonight for either team. Both teams had a couple chances to score. Birmingham, I think, had the better of the chances, but Room stood tall, big in his goal when he had to.
For just the 4th time all-time, Miami and Birmingham draw 0-0 final here from Protective Stadium. We'll be right back to wrap it up after this.
For every action, there's a reaction. For every late night check-in, every early morning routine, every episode that you just wish wouldn't end, there are thousands of actions making it all possible. From the little things to the big things to the couldn't live without them things. There are hardworking people doing everything in their power to power everything you do.
In Alabama, we take care of each other. We show up and work hard for the people who count on us. Now, Alabama is showing up for you with clinical genetic testing free for adults in our state. So you learn about your health risks before they become a problem. No cost, no insurance. For your heart, family, and future. Catalyst.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama fans on the field here. As is tradition here, post-match at Protective Stadium. Thomas Musto catching up with Jassim Kolelet after a hard-earned draw between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC tonight here at Protective Stadium. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes here with you as we look at some final numbers from a fast and furious 90 minutes. A combined 22 shots, just 7 on target though, and Morgan in the end, 0-0. The final result tonight.
Yeah, Miami came out of their shell. They only had about 36% possession at halftime. They certainly increased that, made it a little bit closer to 50-50. And you could see towards the end, the legs were starting to go. Chances were starting to come. But both goalkeepers, give them both credit. They both had to make sure that they were focused mentally for 90 minutes plus because they both had to make big saves at the end.
It's the 4th clean sheet for Loy Room so far this year. Jassim Kolelet on the other side, that's his 3rd clean sheet now in 8 starts in his first year as a member of Birmingham Legion FC. So points shared tonight between these two Eastern Conference foes who still have one more meeting on the books. Meanwhile, back to the Sunshine State it is for Miami after this. They take on Tampa Bay Rowdies coming up next weekend, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, before hitting the road once more to take on Detroit. One more home game left here in the month of May, taking on Louisville City a little bit later this month. Meanwhile, for Birmingham, they're not back home at Protective Stadium for quite some time. First, they hit the road for a trip to Chattanooga Red Wolves and a Brinks Tires USL Cup matchup over on ESPN+. Then all the way out to the West Coast to Monterey Bay to take on Monterey Bay FC June 3rd against Lou City. The next time Birmingham Legion are back here at home for singles night. BHMLegion.com/tickets for that contest. That will also be on Golasso as Birmingham Legion play 2 of their next 3 games on CBS Sports Golasso Network. It's a busy game tonight. As Morgan said, it got stretched there late. Both sides had their opportunities. Neither could cash in though. Hence our result: 2 games in the USL Championship so far this week. 2 draws with plenty more on tap, starting with a couple of Western Conference contests coming up tomorrow and a busy Saturday night. The USL Championship, again, USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings this week. What a momentous day, not just tonight, but day here in Birmingham, Alabama. The original FIFA World Cup trophy on display. Plenty of fans came to see that. Of course, got to be a part of our broadcast as well. Shout out to our broadcast crew for making that happen this afternoon and this evening. A great crowd on hand. Saw a hard-fought match that ends in a 0-0 draw between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC. Thanks for watching it with us or listening to it on SiriusXM FC 157. For Morgan Copes and our entire Birmingham-based crew, I'm Blake Gardner saying good night from Birmingham. We'll talk to you next time for another edition of USL Championship Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.